Uh-oh. We got her.
Why did that happen?
I don't know. Good morning. Welcome back to TYGR's Garage. Here's the plan. It's Sunday, Easter Sunday, matter of fact. So the roads should be pretty dead and we need to test our new axle. So that's what we're gonna do. I think the best way to do that is to jam it straight on the highway and see if this truck can act like a normal vehicle. So I'm gonna do the normal Sunday stuff. I'm gonna grab a cooler and we're gonna head to the grocery store and we're gonna see what happens. I got the drawers working so like we can put some stuff in there. We got her strapped in here kind of sideways. It's solid. So far, -1 point for cargo space. Either some more tie down points or end cap to these cabinets would help. I guess we should probably make sure it has oil in it before we go do sustained RPM. I pushed it out, so this should be a pretty accurate reading. Ooh, full and black. No oil filter, remember? Got coolant? Oh yeah. Race ready, it seems. All right, buddy. You can do it. This, you know how old this is? You don't just hop in it like your 4Runner and go to town. If this starts to fog up, you're gonna have to roll your window down, okay? I will say, Reg, we're barely out of second gear. It does feel so much better.
It does feel better, like from that initial drive that we took. Why does it feel?
Because we took almost an entire gear ratio out. This had what's called a 457, which is like really, really what you would call deep. Because obviously it doesn't make a bunch of power, right? Back in the day around the farm.
Around the farm, okay. With the cows.
You didn't really need speed. You needed like torque and pulling power. So a really deep gear set will make a small, weak engine feel quite exciting up to about 35 miles an hour. I think it's just a little cold still. We gotta count thumbs ups.
Oh yeah, okay. How many do you think we're gonna get? What's your guess?
5. Well, it's Easter, mate. Is that more?
They have church.
Well, they might be a church. But anyways, this is 4th gear, 1500 RPM.
3K is bad.
3K is bad, but we're here. That's about 34 miles an hour, which feels about right.
Okay. It feels like
Does it
going
feel like
faster.
35 to you?
It feels faster than 35, but I don't know if that's just because last time it felt like we were going 15.
Oh, we probably were going 15 last time. Do you hear that clicking? Pretty sure that's the Speedo drive cable, like nothing to worry about. That's why I got my tape speedometer. So we're just above 2,000 now, which based on my math is about 45, which is not the speed limit. The speed limit's 50.
Pretty happy.
Uh-oh. We got her.
Why did that happen?
I don't know. It usually idles good. It's just idling way low. I need to grab a screwdriver. It's impressive that it will idle that low. Turning the idle up a bit.
Why did it happen?
I don't know. Fixed. I better keep that screwdriver in my pocket. Not totally sure why the idle adjusted itself, but it's falling back into idle fine now. So on the road again.
Could it have been like accidentally knocked or something?
I don't know. I mean, This is a carburetor that was like $50 from
Are we
China.
gonna run up-
All right, that was weird. Little drama.
Are you gonna take the scenic route and pop up?
Sure. That'll give us a couple stop signs to make sure it's not going to die again.
What do I know? I'm just here for comic relief.
This guy really likes that generation Dodge product. Okay, does it fall? That's how it was before. I don't know what happened. Yeah, maybe you want to go that way?
I mean, it's prettier.
Keeps us off the highway, although the test is kind of the highway, but
Well,
let's go that way. That's good. I mean, we did a little bit of highway. I don't think we need to hold this thing at 60,
no.
but I do like knowing it can do it. If that little idle thing is our only snafu, this ain't so bad. I don't understand why it happened, but that screw could have backed itself out, I guess. Vibration. I have been like air hammering and, you know, rattling this thing pretty good.
We got one thumbs up from the guy at the gas station.
We did?
Yep.
We need to get a run at this hill. We're probably still gonna have to make it. Probably gonna have to make a downshift or two.
Now I'm stressed.
Oh, we'll do it in one. No problem. Some nice shops up here that I'd like to
I
absolutely
want this house so we
ruin.
can have that shop.
Yeah. 20-mile-an-hour corner. Here, hold on now. All over the brakes. I'm just kidding. It's not that big. I need to tighten up the steering box because I think this.
Because you feel like you're going like
Well, everything steering-wise is brand new.
this.
The
You
box.
look like the kid playing.
Yeah,
driver.
it kind of feels like that. And I think if I can tighten that up, it actually wouldn't drive bad. That's fine. All right, let's do the cold stuff first. See, the problem is I have all this room, but nothing to keep it in there. I always got to check to make sure I get my parking chalk. I hope we don't lose any groceries. I think we've proven it can do highway speed, and we're loaded down, so we'll take the same back road home.
Okay. It's more scenic.
It is more scenic. Everything hanging on back there?
I think so.
How many bags do we have? 4 or 5? What's the limit?
I think we have 4, right?
4 bags, 1 cooler of cold stuff, and 1 flat of Diet Coke, and a case of beer.
Yeah.
So is it, what do you think? It's better, right?
Significantly.
You know what it needs? I got a couple things on my list that I get. Some of them I've already ordered and they're just not here yet. Power brakes, those parts are on order. Booster and a dual master cylinder so it splits the circuits. Mostly for safety. If we were to blow a brake line right now, all the brakes would be gone. We would not be able to stop. That's why they don't make single reservoir master cylinders anymore, but they did in 1950, that's what we have. So that for safety and power brakes would make this thing stop somewhat modern. I'm gonna put blinkers in it. Not for me, like I'll drive without signaling. A little bit, and I want other people to know my next move. And it had blinkers in it at one point. That's what this is. It's just they're not wired up anymore.
Can I make a suggestion?
Uh-huh.
Some sort of cup holder.
Yeah, cup holder. But those are my thoughts. Otherwise, this truck is quickly becoming kind of what I wanted it to be for phase 1, which is this. Something that could replace a normal vehicle if it had to. I am a little bit disappointed in the thumbs up count. It's low. It's lower than I expected. Here's an old
We're gonna get a thumbs up.
Chevrolet. You think so?
Come on. Wow.
He gave me one.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, but I started it. I gave him one.
That's cheating.
Does it count? I don't know. I aligned this myself.
And I gotta go.
Whoa, buddy.
Oh.
That's not a road.
Wow.
You can't park there.
Well, apparently you can. Apparently.
That didn't look like his first time doing that move. Can't hear you over my straight six. We're at 2,500 right now. 57? This will be so good. I'll get this thing back up in the air. Probably not today, but some point. Make sure everything's stick. Check the wheel bearings, because everything's brand new still. This was at least enough speed and enough distance to be considered a real test. And I'm saying we passed. I know we're not home yet.
Not home yet. Why are you?
I'm counting my chickens before they hatch on Easter. So back to the coffee thing.
Yeah.
You about it? Can you hold mine until we get home? It's as hot as I've ever seen it. And the hot oil is... It restarted. We need to get some wind in her bad. It's coming down now. Just got a bit warm. I just get worried about like everything.
Honestly, like I feel the heat coming off of it.
Yeah, I'm sure it's really hot in there. Well, I would consider that a successful test. We made it all the way to town. We hauled groceries all the way home and stopped at the coffee stand without any major failures. A little bit of weird idle problem on the way in, and then temp started to creep up sitting in the drive-thru. Is it as good as a crew cab 3/4 ton pickup at hauling stuff? No, obviously not. It's not supposed to be either, but I think we were successful in creating a truck that could take the place of a daily driver for a day or two if it had to. The new ratio is perfect. I'm glad we didn't go any lower. I'm glad we didn't go any taller. It's still loud and busy, but I think that has a lot to do with the side pipe, no muffler situation. No weird vibrations, a little bit of slop in the steering gear. All of that stuff is a little bit to be expected, and I am not complaining. It also keeps making that noise, and I'm not sure what it is. Is that this thing? Oh, I wonder if it's like vapor locking and boiling. Hear that noise? Well, I was trying to wrap this video up, but let's have a look. I feel the fuel line vibrating every time it makes that noise. Hear it? Oh, it's doing a lot now. Right here. What is going on? Is fuel boiling and we got like pressure, but there's no pressure on the gauge? All right, well, listen, my gut feeling is this is something to do with it being hot, vapor lock situation. You guys heard that, right? I have no idea what that is. It's gotta be temperature related. It got hot, I came home, parked it. If you know what it is, please let me know in the comments. Otherwise, this is gonna be it for this episode of TYGR's Garage. Thank you for following along. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time.